Hello, my name is Dave Deiters. I'm the chair of the Avondale Estates Downtown Development Authority, or DDA. My wife Susie and I have lived in the same house on Clarendon Avenue since 1991. Recently, both of our children who grew up in that house and their families have moved back to Avondale Estates as well. So, like many of you, I love our city and I am quite vested in its long term well being. This year-end report gives me and my colleagues on the DDA the opportunity to discuss our purpose and recognize some accomplishments over the last year, many of which have been in the works for decades. It also gives us an opportunity to look forward and see a future about which we can all be so very excited. As background, the DDA is a state chartered organization with the mission of promoting the redevelopment and revitalization of the communities downtown. We pursue this mission by investing in infrastructure projects in the Central Business District, or CBD, promoting our downtown to attract new businesses and visitors, money spending visitors, supporting our existing businesses with marketing programs and events designed to bring new customers to visit, and investing in strategic placemaking in key properties to achieve desired outcomes based on our downtown master plan. We'll speak a lot more about that downtown master plan in just a few moments, but right now, just a quick word about placemaking. It is simply making investments and taking other steps to ensure development of desirable uses and desirable quality in our most important CBD locations. One of the reasons I joined the DDA 8 years ago was because I wanted to help our city attract the kinds of businesses that my neighbors and I have wanted to walk to for decades: restaurants, coffee houses, artist studios, retail, and maybe even some new downtown residences. But very importantly, another reason was that I was very concerned about a severe imbalance in our city's tax base. An unsustainable burden was being placed on the residents. At the time, only about 3% of the city's tax revenues came from the Central Business District. New growth and new businesses were going to be severely needed to balance out this tax structure imbalance. Now, the kind of work to balance out a tax structure is not a short-term undertaking. It has required planning, investment, and a lot of work on infrastructure type projects that don't yield immediate results, but they do yield the creation of a more attractive downtown for businesses and their customers. The DDA works closely with the Board of Mayor and Commissioners and the city staff to effect these desired results through major initiatives like the Town Green and new developments like the Dale. These developments are catalytic. And by that, I simply mean that they play a very large role in attracting other businesses and visitors to our downtown, thereby helping our existing businesses achieve success. While more work is needed, we are making progress on that tax structure imbalance I spoke about. At present, approximately 21% of the city's tax revenue now comes from the CBD. The DDA tracks several other important metrics as well, such as the net number of new businesses. On these fronts, we have observed continued growth. We track our ability to bring in new businesses, but we also track these businesses' ability to sustain themselves in downtown Avondale Estates. So as you can see, in 2023 and 2024, we were steady. 15 new businesses were started each year. But on a very positive note, business closings dropped from 7 in 2023 to only 3 in 2024. Clearly, our target number is 0, but it is good to be moving in the right direction. Another downtown metric that we track is the number of visitors to our downtown. From 2019 to 2023, we saw a substantial jump in the number of visits. And even with the ongoing road construction, the number of visits remained steady between 23 and 24. These metrics are very important to us to make sure that our impact is real and that our impact is positive. But you may be wondering, as we track these measures, what strategy or guideline do we follow as we measure this work? And it's a great question. A few minutes ago, I mentioned our downtown master plan. Here to say more about this very important and living document that guides our work is my colleague on the DDA, Commissioner Lisa Shortell.
Thank you, Dave. I agree. We can't really talk about the downtown or the DDA without talking about the Downtown Master Plan, or the DMP as it's sometimes called. This amazing document was created with extensive input from residents and stakeholders in 2014, and it basically set out how the community wanted the downtown to look and to function. Land use, transportation, and economic development recommendations and strategies were included, as well as a work plan. When it comes to the downtown, whether the DDA or the Board of Mayor and Commissioners, the Downtown Master Plan is our North Star, informing and guiding our decisions. The process and creation of the Downtown Master Plan was a wake-up call for me personally and for others. A group of citizens and I, some with expertise in fields like landscape design and urban planning, formed a group called Second Century Avondale in order to advocate for and encourage downtown development that followed the vision that was set up in the Downtown Master Plan, including the idea of a town green. Supporting the Downtown Master goals is one big reason why I ran for elected office, and why I'm happy to serve as the Board of Mayor and Commissioners representative on the DDA. Implementing this plan has been a long-term commitment that we on the DDA, alongside the Board of Mayor and Commissioners, have remained dedicated to for over the last decade. And I have to say that the plan still inspires me every day with its vision of a dynamic and vibrant downtown. After adoption, it quickly became apparent that in order to get from the vision to the reality, we were going to have to make some foundational policy changes and do a lot more planning. Numerous studies and analysis were completed on things like green space, financing, stormwater, and parking. One early change was the city's decision to provide some short-term funding for the DDA in order to allow them to engage more fully. Another need for policy change was the mismatch between our old zoning code and the new Downtown Master Plan. To correct the discrepancies, the community once again came together and provided hours and hours of input for a complete zoning rewrite, including a new important component designating a street grid and street typologies to be implemented as development happened. And now the physical results speak for themselves. Thanks to our adaptive reuse zoning, old neglected buildings, our homes to businesses, the arts, and offices. Transit-oriented multifamily housing means folks to promote our growing downtown business community. New multimodal streets have been built and planned. And last but not least, the town green anchors our downtown districts and hosts gatherings and events while echoing Avondale's historic character and emphasis on beautiful public spaces. And there is more to come. At this point, we have completed so much of the 2014 Downtown Master Plan that it's time for an update, and we need everyone. Do you have ideas and suggestions? Now is your chance to help shape the future of the downtown. Please get involved in this very important planning process to be held in the fall of this year. Your participation is one measurement of our success. I will see you there. Back to you, Dave.
Lisa, thank you so much. And I echo so much of what you said, especially the part about asking for everyone to get involved to create the update of our downtown master plan. As I said, this becomes the guideline that we follow and against which we measure our efforts to impact the downtown. So if you want to really have an effect, have input into the downtown master plan. That really becomes our guideline. So that was a great update, Lisa. Thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
Part of our downtown master plan called for some pretty big transformational kinds of projects, and several of those are underway right now. One project that's been in the works for over a decade is the Complete Streets project on US 278. You may have noticed there's a little road construction going on. And there is no debate that this construction is disruptive to our residents and our businesses. I, however, am personally very excited about this project. It is a key part of our long-term vision for improvement, and I believe it will really pay off. Why am I excited? I'm excited about having a real Main Street. I'm excited about wide sidewalks and bike lanes and attractive landscaping. And very importantly, at least to this grandpa, multiple crosswalks to promote safe passage for our residents to walk and enjoy our downtown. While the DDA is not directly funding this project, we are playing a pivotal role in keeping businesses informed about construction schedules, amplifying our social media presence to attract new customers, and reminding our longtime patrons that local businesses are open and need their support right now more than ever. We'll discuss the full list of what we were doing for our businesses shortly during this construction period. We spoke earlier about placemaking, and there is really not a better example of placemaking than the public-private partnership that has resulted in the Dale. Public-private partnerships such as this were made in part due to the hard work and good decision-making made by the DDA board years ago. As I have said many times, we are lucky in Avondale Estates to stand on the shoulder of giants. And here's what I mean. Decades ago, the DDA and the city leaders took out a bond and invested in the creation of the DJJ building, that's Department of Juvenile Justice. For years, the state paid rent on that building and it just enough to cover our bond payments. And then in 2019, the bond was paid off. The management company that we had been using to handle the lease had expressed interest in buying this building, which was owned then free and clear by the DDA, and continue to lease it back to the state. It took a lot of work, but it was a great deal for all parties. The DDA was able to monetize our asset and use the profits to reinvest in other parts of the downtown, which is exactly what we're doing. You can see the results firsthand as the Dale comes off the ground. If you haven't seen this development lately, it is really worth a visit. The quality continues to improve with each passing day. We partnered with a developer with extensive experience in this type of partnership who was eager to help bring our vision to this building to life. After several design iterations, we finally found a combination that worked, aligning both the design and the desired quality of construction and materials, and finally the financing to make this project a reality. The DDA played a key role in making this project possible by providing low-interest construction loans for a portion of the development. This loan helped close the financing gap, enabling the project to move forward. Buildings alone are not enough. We need businesses to thrive as well. The DDA plays a vital role facilitating access to low-interest loans and state tax credits. These loans have been crucial in helping property owners redevelop and getting new businesses off the ground. Additionally, we're excited to launch a new microgrant program designed to support our local businesses. This initiative will allow business owners to quickly access up to $2,000 to reinvest in their operations. These funds can be used for a wide range of improvements, including building upgrades, new furnishings, paint, and other aesthetic enhancements, as well as for marketing and communication efforts. Finally, the DDA has hired a dedicated digital marketing specialist whose sole responsibility is to drive customers into our downtown businesses. The arts community has traditionally been a major component of what makes Avondale Estates special. Supporting the arts as a placemaking strategy enriches our community, it attracts visitors, and gives our downtown its unique identity. The DDA partnered with the Avondale Arts Alliance in 2024, providing them with space at a very reduced rent. In return, the Avondale Arts Alliance hosts regular art exhibits, community activities, and more. A real win-win. Additionally, the DDA collaborates with the Avondale Business Association, or AEBA, and the Avondale Arts Alliance on The Verge, which is a new publication. The first edition launched in December of last year, with more planned for this year in 2025. The DDA staff promotes this through digital platforms showcasing our vibrant creative community. We're excited about our partnership with the Arts Alliance and are pleased to see the positive impact they are having on the community. On the events front, we hosted 2 successful downtown events, the Wine and Art Walk and Avondale Ale Day, both of which are already scheduled for the coming year as well. We're very proud to sponsor Winter Wonderland, with a big thank you to our business partners for helping make it such a beloved tradition. These events are crucial for bringing people downtown, supporting local businesses, and fostering a sense of community. Each of these events is important to all of our businesses, either directly or indirectly, as they introduce our downtown to the money spending public. The DDA is committed to keeping our business community informed, especially as we navigate ongoing construction along North Avondale and East College. We participate in every monthly business association meeting. We update our website regularly and send out quarterly e-newsletters to keep business owners in the loop. We've launched several promotional campaigns to boost local businesses, including the Shop Local initiative during the Complete Street project. For businesses most impacted, the DDA funded promotional efforts for Village Music, Anurati Yoga Studio, Ananasi Cocktail Lounge, and the Ronald Sachs Violins to help them stay viable. The digital marketing specialist I mentioned just a few slides ago is really improving the quality and impact of these communications. The DDA is making an effort to create a dynamic downtown for our community, but we cannot do it alone. This is a team sport, and this is where we need you, and here comes the big ask for your help. Our businesses thrive when people who believe in our downtown are deliberate and intentional about their support. Please be intentional. Shop, dine, and enjoy everything Avondale has to offer, and there is so much. Please try to go out of your way to support our businesses, especially during this construction when they need you the most. And with that, on behalf of Commissioner Shortell, the entire DDA, and the city staff that helped with this report, I thank you very much for listening. I thank you for the opportunity to serve our community, and I thank you in advance for your continued support of our city's downtown and its businesses.